This is Backdoor Boink, where we welcome every side of everyone. Please note, this is an 18-plus podcast. It's time to put in some earbuds if you don't want to answer awkward questions from your children, family, or friends. I'm Kayla, a certified relationship and intimacy coach.
And I'm MJ, and I brought the lube.
In this podcast, we explore the behind the scenes of a weekly wellness topic. Our goal is to help you feel good, be naughty. Thank you for checking out our After Dark, After Hours podcast. You can find more information, including our YouTube channel, social media accounts, events, Discord, and products at boinked.com. That's www.boink-ed.com. Now, let's get in that back door. Test, testies?
They're squished.
You squished them.
I did. I squished them.
All right. Are you ready?
I already got my wings.
I didn't even consider that we would talk about that. So let's talk about the other side of it first, and then we can get into that.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We're going to talk about...
Sex, baby?
Sex. Let's talk about sex, baby. You brought that on yourself. That singing, that is not my fault.
Isn't that what you were singing when I was cooking dinner?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, the whole time. But I had forgotten about it. You brought it back. It's your fault.
If you would like, I can pull something up on my phone.
No.
It's even more annoying.
No, then they'll... Is it Chippy Chippy?
Yes.
No, my gosh. If you're a parent out there, you know what we're talking about. Maybe, possibly.
Oh, chances are.
Don't pull it up. I don't need our podcast getting taken down for copyright or something.
No, I was actually putting my phone on fuck you mode.
Fuck you mode. Okay. So yes, we are going to talk about sex, but we are going to talk about a very particular type or time of sex. Drum roll.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Auntie.
Auntie who?
Auntie Flo.
Wow, your face made that extra creepy, just so you know. Okay. Yes, we're going to talk about period sex. We are going to talk about something that is vulva-centric.
Okay.
However, if you have a penis and you have a partner or are interested in partners that have vulvas, I challenge you to listen to this.
Okay. I'll listen.
If you have a vulva and you're a little squeamish, I challenge you to listen to this. So you know what my first question is?
What?
It's the same question we have every night, Pinky. What are your thoughts on period sex?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
I could take it or leave it.
It's sex.
Okay, it's sex.
Give me sex. Yeah, okay. So it doesn't, there's no ick, there's no yay.
There's no yay, it's period sex, but there's no ick either. It's a fact of life.
It happens.
Grow up.
Wow.
Grow up.
There is no sugarcoating that, and I love it.
Nope. I've said that for years.
I love that. Thanks.
Yeah.
I don't got to be the asshole this time.
Nope.
Okay. Well, more than just it happens.
Mm-hmm.
Grow up. We do have to educate people about it.
Just go with the flow.
Oh, wow. You're trying so hard not to smirk and failing miserably. Yes, go with the flow. But there are benefits.
In theory.
There are drawbacks.
That there are.
And then there are ways, tips, suggestions to overcome said drawbacks. What? What did I say?
Come.
Wow. This is going to be...
I'm 3.5 years old.
Yep. I said overcome.
We could do that too.
Oh, overcome?
Mm-hmm.
Is there such a thing? I'm sure there's such a thing.
Anyway.
You really need some sleep. Let's
this
focus.
This train derailed miles back.
Yeah.
Okay.
Focus.
So we have positives, negatives, tips, tricks.
Tits. All right. What are the pros that you can think of?
Sex.
Oh, how about I handle this one? All right.
Well, I don't have this issue personally.
Okay.
Speaking for me, but I have heard it helps with cramps, at least temporarily.
Yes. And that is due to endorphins.
Endorphins, taking your mind off things for a few minutes, all of the above.
I mean, maybe, but also I'm going to stop you right there because you have a penis and you may have just inadvertently suggested that the pain is in your head.
Oh, no.
I assure you, it's fucking not.
No,
so,
I am not saying that.
I want to clear that up for anybody who's listening.
But Lord knows the amount of injuries I've had. I know where the pain is, but give me something pleasurable for 5 minutes and I forget all about that pain.
For a little while. Yep.
For 5-10 minutes. Yeah,
You know, yeah.
whatever.
Distraction from, because
that-
the instant you start focusing on that pain, that's all you can feel. It's all the throbbing.
I'm prone to migraines.
Yes.
I know about the pain in the head. I know
You're
that
a pain in my head. No, I'm just kidding.
I know that sex does help with it temporarily.
Yes, probably for very similar reasons.
Yeah.
Endorphins and taking your mind off of it.
So I do understand that.
Okay. Any other pros that you can think of?
Sex.
Okay.
I'm a kid. We're going to keep going back to
we're
that.
going to keep going back to that.
Again, I am the penis partner in this situation.
So it's hard to say.
It's
From
hard.
experience.
It's hard for me to say.
Right. But I do like to get that penis partner perspective.
Mm.
You don't know what it's like to be in the red seat, but
No. But I know what it's like to live with you when you're in the red seat, and you are always bitching that it hurts.
Yes.
And it's not that you're bitching.
No. I know what you meant there.
I'm explaining
your tone was
that I can see it in your face.
Yeah.
That you are actually in pain. I understand why you want nothing to do with anybody. I see it.
Well, thank you. Thank you
But-
for acknowledging that.
Like everything, everybody has a different experience.
Yes. So some of the pros that we're going to talk about are not going to apply for everyone. So, for example, some people, when they are menstruating, have higher sex drive.
Mm-hmm.
Chemicals, the hormones, it tells their body like, let's get it. That's not going to be true for everyone. I will say that, yeah, I have a higher sex drive, but the thought of doing anything other than sitting down with a heat pack sounds utterly impossible some days. Now, that being said, sensitivity.
Things are more sensitive.
Oh, bingo, bango.
Touchy.
Now, obviously, nether regions are going to be more sensitive. We have an increased blood flow to the uterus, the pelvic floor, the vagina, all of it. But also the rest of the body. It's a good time for a massage. I'm just going to say, maybe even a little bit of a sensual massage. What is that face you're making?
Nothing.
No. What is that face you're making?
There was no face.
You made a face.
I was just going to set you up with an appointment at the massage place.
I got 2 more pros on the list.
Okay.
2 more benefits. You want to
Naps.
hear them before you chime in and see if you have any more?
Naps?
Naps?
Naps. Are naps on the pros list? I like naps.
We're talking specifically about
Oh, then no.
period sex.
Okay.
I mean, post-coital naps are always good, regardless of whether one of you or both of you or all of you are menstruating.
Okay.
Post-coital naps.
So what's your second?
So my first one was, and this seems kind of funny, natural lubrication.
Not always.
Not always.
Not always.
Explain.
No.
No, you're not going to explain?
Don't want to gross people out so much. But we'll say that, yes, sometimes natural.
I'm not talking about I'm talking about what's actually coming out of the body is going to help lubricate the process.
Okay.
Not your every other day of the month standard lubrication. Specifically, menstruation is lubrication.
Okay.
What is that face? I knew this was going to be a difficult topic for you.
Why? Because I can't take anything seriously?
Because you can't take anything seriously. Because you don't have a vagina.
Nope.
And we're talking about something that is
Completely foreign to me.
completely foreign to you, yes, but also it's a different kind of taboo than anything we've talked about.
Yeah.
We can talk about fisting and sounding and all sorts of weird and kinky taboo.
I can look into that. I can play with that. I can do that. I can experience that.
You can't experience. Okay.
I can experience period sex
From
the penis partner's point of view.
Okay.
I can't experience it from your point of view.
Okay, well, I want to address more than just the benefits for the vulva owner.
Okay.
So, do you not think that this lubrication benefit applies? Does it not help from your side of the experience?
Well, everybody's different.
Yes.
So some people, yes. Yes, it does help lubricate. And some people, it doesn't. It's a little more
So it's a matter of the viscosity.
Thank you.
Okay.
I wasn't going to relate it to motor oil, but you did.
No, viscosity is a scientific term, not specific to motor oil.
Yeah, well,
but nice try. These are words that I use regularly around the house.
Who talks like that?
Exactly, and that's the response I get every time. Who talks like that? Viscosity. And that's true, and that has to do with, I hate this word, but there's nothing else to call it, cervical mucus.
Right.
Whatever's mucus, whatever other fluids are up in there that are being expelled with everything else. So, yeah, for some people, it's just going to be watery, more liquid. And for other people, it's going to be...
Some people, it's going to be like you cut your hand. Other people, it's going to be thicker.
Yes.
For lack of better.
Yeah, no, that viscosity. Absolutely.
And just because it's thicker does not mean it doesn't lubricate as well. It's just... Different.
Yep. So the last benefit is, I want to say it's almost all a benefit.
Sex? I mean, it's a great benefit for everybody.
I can't wait to see what you latch onto and repeatedly provide as a con for this, as like a drawback. But
okay.
Let me get my last benefit in there, okay?
You do that.
I'm going to get it up in there. So, mostly a benefit for the vulva owner. Shorter periods. I guess that benefits everybody.
It does.
It benefits everybody.
It does.
Some more than others.
Definitely the vulva owners more than anybody else.
Yes. So, the idea is when you... as a vulva owner, have an orgasm, you have muscle contractions, and...
It kind of pushing it out, essentially.
That's exactly what's happening. So the uterus is contracting, as are, the vaginal walls. Heck, I've gotten a freaking Charlie horse in my calf from a really good orgasm before. Muscles are contracting all over the place, uterus included, and that is going to expel the contents.
Yeah.
And that can help shorten your period.
In theory, yes.
Yay!
Everybody's happy all the way around.
Again, what is it? Mileage may vary by owner. What is that term?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah. Experiences are going to be different for everyone. So, anything that I missed as a benefit?
Sex is good. It helps with endorphins, which helps reduce the pain.
Yep.
It may or may not assist with shortening the length of the period.
Yep.
What was the other one?
Possible higher sex drive. And very likely increased sensitivity.
Okay. Extra sensitive.
Great time for sensory play.
Yes.
Great. We're talking,
but remember,
not even penetration. Put a blindfold on and woohoo!
And not to sound like the cisgender DB, extra sensitive also includes emotions. If you're going to do the sensory play, be extra careful.
I like that. That is something that I briefly skimmed across, but as I tend to do, take a very scientific approach to topics like this.
You do.
But there is...
If you're going to be rough, remember that...
Aftercare
is emotions are running high.
Yes. And that is why it is suggested that it can create a stronger connection. Suggested. Hormones... emotions, they're running high. You're also sharing something that is taboo, that is very intimate, that is very almost human nature at its core. And that can lead to, all sorts of feelings and reactions that may not be expected.
Happy, sad, the whole gamut.
Yeah.
Also, messy sex. Messy sex is good sex.
Messy sex is good sex. Oh, gosh. Remember being teenagers and thinking that, all the sweat and all that, Oh, my gosh, the face you're making. You want to go shower just thinking of it.
I do. But I also remember being that teenager and not caring what I looked like, what I smelled like, what my partner looked like, or what they smelled like. It could have been 110 degrees and the air so thick that you have to drink it. Didn't matter. And now...
I remember having sex in a sleeping bag in a unair-conditioned house in the middle of the summer. I don't know why, but I just remember it being very sweaty and just, all the things. Messy sex is good sex.
Yeah, it is. Sometimes it wouldn't be so bad to go back to being... Okay, maybe it would be. But it wouldn't be so bad to relive that teenage sex experience.
Yeah, that carefreeness, All right, let's talk about the drawbacks.
Messy sex.
Yes, that's definitely listed on here.
But the cleanup could be fun. Could be a positive.
How?
Shower together.
Ooh. I didn't see that coming. Okay, now I said coming. That's a really good one. So it's messy, but we also have to consider the fact that it's maybe messy in a way that, if not prepared for properly, cannot be salvaged.
That's true.
Blood stains.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll
circle back to that
with the tips and the tricks and all of that. But that can be a pro and a con as far as, it's messy. Let's go clean up. Let me soap you down and love on you, all sensitive and
I'll
caring.
get out my peppermint soap for you.
Oh my gosh. I do love the tingle. All right. Any other drawbacks that you can think of?
Not really.
No. Okay. No. I got 2.
Okay.
One is less a drawback and more of a warning. Warning. You can still get pregnant if you are having intercourse with a loaded penis partner, okay? Like
yeah, I suppose. Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
It's a misconception that.
Oh, I'm on my period. I can't get pregnant. Yeah, wrong.
Yeah. So less a drawback or a con to this situation, because it's always a risk, but more of a warning.
Yeah.
Big red lights. But the next one is definitely something to be more conscientious of, and that is, if you're menstruating, you can more easily transmit STIs.
You're more susceptible to transmission?
Yes. More susceptible to, I'm not 100% sure on. I imagine there's a possibility, but
is it considered...
You're more likely to give
yeah.
is what I'm saying.
More likely to give than receive, said transmissions.
I mean, it's not like you have open wounds.
Right.
All right. Despite what history has said about, the vagina being just like... Anyway, it's not like you have open... You shut your face. Just bite your tongue. So many things.
Jokes.
But there's no... The only difference is, the cervical opening.
Right.
So, is it a possibility? I'm not a fucking scientist, but I do know that by spreading your blood around, there's a increased likelihood that if you have an STI, you could transmit it to someone else. It's a thing.
Yeah.
Okay. Those are the drawbacks as I see them. I like how you took the messy one and also made it a positive, like you're a little fucking ray of sunshine over there.
I am a little fucking ray of sunshine. It is 7 o'clock at night. It's way past my bedtime.
It's closer to 8.
Okay. It's way past my almost bedtime.
Way past your almost bedtime. Okay. So then let's talk about tips in case anybody wants to explore this. And
put it in gently.
Yes. That's a amazing tip all around.
Wrap it.
That's also a very good tip for that STI and for that, hey, you can still get knocked up thing. Okay. Wow, you're ready for bed. You're just firing them off left and right.
No, I'm not that ready for bed. This is kind of fun, watching you squirm a little bit, wondering what's going to fall out of my mouth next.
You are something tonight. Go on, just run the show. What else you got?
Grab a towel.
I got one better.
Well, if you don't have...
Oh, yes. Okay, so we're all about accessibility. So if funds are a concern, grab a towel. Grab a dark-colored towel. Fold it in half. Grab 2. Not just one layer, ideally, depending on...
You.
Right, depending on the vulva owner. So yes, with that, there are sex blankets. We have the Fascinator waterproof throw. Throw one of those down. Throw it in the wash. They are liquid resistant. They do not soak through. Protect all your stuff. Yay! And it comes in 3 different sizes. Woohoo!
In your choice of colors?
In your choice of colors. I love the plum. The plum's gorgeous.
I like purple.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, I like purple.
I just pulled a girly and called it plum because that's what the manufacturer calls it.
Yeah, okay. I don't care what the manufacturer calls it. It's purple.
It's purple.
I like purple.
Okay. With that, whether you're doing a towel, whether you're doing the protective, sex blanket, whatever, I am also going to put on there wet washcloths or wipes or something.
Okay.
For that little shuffle that you do across the hallway to the shower, if that's what you're choosing to do. Yes? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I would recommend even go further than that if it's going to be wet. How about a bowl of warm water to let it soak in? Because a warm washcloth is just going to get cold quick if it sits out in the air.
Okay. That's fair. That's fair. So maybe the wipes. you know.
Yeah.
I will say that actually it's a considerate thing for any individual to have towels, wipes, a shirt, something nearby any time of the month.
You always get my shirt.
I do. I love that you do that. I always get your shirt. I'm like, well, okay, that one's going to go in the laundry. There we go. But something considerate of, you know, any cleanup, post-coitus cleanup. I love that. So anyway, what other tips? You talked about...
Something to throw down.
Something
to protect
to put down. Something for STI and pregnancy protection. What else you got?
Contrary to our earlier discussion about might help with lube, keeps them handy.
Yep.
You never know.
You never know. Hormones are weird.
Yeah, they are.
I like to think of humans as the most complex machine, I would say. Organic machines. Anyway.
Trying to think.
I have at least 2 more.
Oh, good. Go for it.
Okay, thanks. I appreciate your permission to continue doing my job.
Your job?
My job?
You don't need me?
No, I need you. Stay.
Oh, cool. Nope.
Everybody comes here for you.
Oh.
Let's be honest.
They come for that damn limerick that Sue's made me continue to do.
I miss Suze. I gotta reach out to. All right. So,
Hi, Suze.
Hi, Suze. So the next tip I have is actually another product-related thing.
Ooh.
Yes. What do we call it in the house? Boing, boing, boing.
Oh, the trampoline.
The trampoline. We call it the trampoline. And I did not grow up in the years where diaphragms were a thing, but I imagine that's kind of what a diaphragm was like. I'm going to look up a picture of a diaphragm.
While you do that,
Yes.
do you want to explain what a trampoline is, or do you want me to do my best?
Well, let's have you do it first.
Okay. Well, I believe it's a menstrual cup.
Well, it's slightly different.
Of sorts.
Of sorts. It's a menstrual disc.
Yeah, okay. It is more disc-shaped.
Yes.
And it is flexible, so it does allow for fun times while being worn. And it will act as a dam.
Yes.
So if you're worried about making a big mess,
Yes.
yeah, give Kayla a call. She'll hook you up. Speaking from experience, they work.
They do. So, to be clear, a menstrual cup looks like a little shot glass, like with a rounded bottom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And those sit low in the vaginal canal.
And they usually have a little
tab at the bottom.
Pull tab to grab onto
Yep.
to assist with
And
removal.
they just pop open, fit the width of the vaginal canal, collect anything that's flowing down.
Mm-hmm.
A menstrual disc is a semi-firm ring. Imagine like a cock ring, okay? Semi-firm ring, and then it has a softer bowl. It's more of a bowl aspect, a shallow bowl. Now the ring sits up behind the pelvic bone. So it's way up there and sits up just under the cervix and collects everything way up there. It's not using suction. It's held in place just by the pubic bone and the firmness of the disc. Bonus points, you can actually buy disposable versions of these if you want. As with menstrual cups and these discs in particular, I say save yourself the money. Get the ones that...
Spend a little extra money up front and...
You can wash, clean, reuse.
Boil them, I think, some of them.
Yeah, you can boil them. A lot of them come with a special cleaner. Specifically, you spray them, let them...
So not the dishwasher?
Not the dishwasher. Again, they should all technically be food-grade silicone. But when you spend this amount of money on something, you just want to handle with care.
You don't throw your fine china in the dishwasher.
Exactly.
You hand
Could it
wash
clean it?
It
Yes. But do you want to run... No,
Yeah.
exactly. So these discs, and yes, if they reach a point that you're like, hey, I just want that peace of mind, you do boil them for sanitization, but you don't have to every time.
Okay, so since we're on the topic of menstrual discs and menstrual cups,
Yes.
and we carry a couple,
Yep.
what's the lifespan? Because I'm going to go to my big box store or my pharmacy, and I'm going to buy the disposable ones for $10,
I wonder
$15.
how much is a pack of the disposable discs. Disposable menstrual disc specifically. And Flex is the brand. that I recall. Now, it is also my experience that the disposable ones have a much firmer ring. So they can be, for some people, uncomfortable. They're about $16 to $17 for a pack of 12.
Okay.
So if you're using the same disc for a day.
Because they're disposable.
They're disposable, and normally it is suggested that you change them every 12 hours. Or empty them, is how I should say it. You should empty them every 12 hours. So if you choose to use one per day, emptying it once throughout that day, you could have, a box for several months, depending on how long your menstrual cycle is. Give me just a second here. Details. Yeah, I was looking through the instructions for these disposable ones, seeing if they are like saying you can use one disc per full cycle. It's not very clear. So I'm assuming like maybe you use one per day, but that is per person, per brand, per whatever.
So $15, $16 for a pack of 12.
Yes.
And we sell a pack of 2 reusable for around 30.
So for the menstrual cups,
we're talking discs.
Okay, for the menstrual cups, it's a pack of 2 because they come in 2 different sizes because of the way they sit. Those come in 2 different sizes in the same package. They're $15.
Okay.
For the menstrual discs, it's just one size fits all kind of deal because of where it sits up behind the pelvic bone, and it does have a higher cost, and that is related to, I assume, the brand and the construction of it. It's $39.
Okay. How many years have you had your disc?
Oh, since before our child. She's 7, so probably anywhere between 8 and 10 years.
And that was a $40 purchase?
That was a $40. I think actually when I bought them, they were $60 because they were just starting to become a thing.
Do the math.
Yeah. No,
it's yeah.
Whether you're doing a cup, whether you're doing a disc, I have
cups.
both.
You just changed cups. You just changed out your old cups for new ones.
Yes.
And those were about the same age.
Yep, exactly. They say on average something like a menstrual cup or a menstrual disc will last about 7 years before it needs to be replaced. The other benefit being that, we should have just done a whole segment on just these devices, air quotes.
Okay, so let's go back to the reason you got into it. Less stuff in the landfill.
Yep.
And it's better for your body. In theory, the product you're putting in it.
Yes, absolutely. So part of that is tampons and stuff like that, depending on what you purchase, oftentimes they're bleached. I don't care how many times you rinse out that cotton. It's
still bleached.
It's still bleached. It's still bleached. Furthermore, because of the way the cotton affects the body, the airflow, that sort of thing, if anybody's ever read the tampon inserts, which absolutely you should fucking do.
Okay, I was a kid once. I didn't have a smartphone because they weren't around then. What is there to do in the bathroom?
You read whatever's around.
You read whatever you can get your hands on.
TSS. What does it stand for?
Toxic shock syndrome.
Yes, linked to tampons. There has been, last I checked, no direct correlation between toxic shock syndrome and menstrual cups or menstrual discs.
Right.
There has been one case where a vulva owner scratched herself when inserting it and ultimately developed TSS. But again, otherwise, there have been no cases. Huge fucking difference, especially when you look at the symptoms, risks, and possible outcome of TSS. I know your family actually has been affected losing someone to TSS.
My sister had a close friend in high school.
Yep.
She was at the house. She was like family.
Yep. It happens. It's real. And sometimes it's hard to connect that it's real when you're just sitting there reading a pamphlet. Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody's doing it. You know.
That's what the cool kids do.
When I was a kid, your options were pad or tampon. That's what you were taught. And until somebody teaches us otherwise, we just don't fucking know, which is half the reason that you and I do this job. Half the reason you and I do this podcast. Sometimes,
I do it for the limericks.
Oh my God. Sometimes you just don't know. Anyway, so we got way, way off track. The disc has just that really soft. It's almost like, imagine a pedal as
Actually,
the bottom
yes.
of a bowl. Yeah.
Yeah, I've gotten it for you. I've felt it. I've boiled them. Yeah.
Pedal material.
It feels like a flower
pedal. Yeah. And it's got that flexibility to it. It sits underneath, connected to the ring. So you put that up there, up by the cervix, and unless you're having like really pound town intercourse, yeah, you can have mess-free period sex with that thing. So overall, I highly recommend. I'm gonna say on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd rate it a 9.
Yeah.
Once in a while, if I am just particularly sensitive or in pain, it's not comfortable.
I can't imagine a dry cotton tampon is either.
Oh my gosh. Okay, as a penis partner, have you ever heard the horror story that is trying to pull out a dry tampon? I don't even know what I can compare it to. Has no vulva owner ever mentioned this to you?
I've seen memes.
You've seen memes. Okay, that's a start. Your insides like Velcro to this thing and like, bleh. Okay. Anyway, again, we are off topic. We should have just dedicated this podcast to menstrual cups.
Yeah, and throws.
And throws. Yes. Side note, since we're talking about menstrual products now instead of sex,
well, it's all related.
it's all related. I mean, there is menstrual underwear, period underwear.
Let's hold up on that.
Well, that's what I'm about to
Okay.
say. Please do your research. At least one, if not more, of the companies have had their products tested, and despite what they may have claimed, have been found to have carcinogenic residue in their materials. So they're all like, hey, body safe, all natural, yay. Just do your research, not just directly from the manufacturer website, but across the internet. So these things are not extremely regulated, but there are organizations out there that go out and test them. Okay. Anything else about that
Mess
part? Because I do still have one more tip.
Oh, well, let's hear it because I forgot what we were talking about originally.
Oh my gosh, we're talking about period sex.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that.
I'm down for some.
Okay. I hope this thing is still recording because we went off on a tangent. So, the last tip that I have is about positioning. Why are you smirking? What sort of bullshit has come to your brain just from that one little comment?
Keep all the mess in.
Oh, what?
Put your head on the floor.
Oh my gosh.
Put your legs up on the mattress.
Position your
Yep.
vulva owner upside down.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. That is not, I'm not even, I am talking about for the comfort factor, not the mess factor. All right?
Yeah, we have products for the mess factor. So go on with the comfort factor.
Okay, so for the comfort, particularly of the vulva owner, all right, we're talking about all that sensitivity. That can be great. It can also be, as you mentioned, start gentle. The cervix can be lower during the menstrual cycle. And I don't know how many people like bottoming out.
Some do, some don't.
Any other time of the month, like,
Go for
yes,
it. Yeah.
have at.
No?
Okay. Right now, no. Okay.
What if we get out the buzz box?
External stimulation?
Oh, yeah. External stimulation.
External stimulation.
But everything's more sensitive.
Yeah. No, I'm talking, yeah. External stimulation. When I'm referring to positions, I'm mostly talking about that. Internal. The penetration can be very uncomfortable. So suggested positions actually include bending over. Good old-fashioned doggy style. It actually lifts the cervix away, up and away. Also spooning, because...
Well, spooning sex is just doggy style on your side.
On your side. And it can kind of limit the depth of penetration. Something about that positioning, unless you're like angled really far away. But as soon as you like snuggle up, the angles just don't line up quite as nice for the nice and deep. Or just to have the vulva owner on top.
Let them control it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In the driver's seat. All the control. All the power. Ultimate cosmic power. Itty bitty living space.
Okay, so we've gone over the pros, the cons, the tips, the tricks,
The in-betweens.
the in-betweens, lots of in-between. You got me on my soapbox about the menstrual devices. You seemed pretty into it too.
It's not a bad thing, though.
No.
I mean, we don't normally peddle products on the podcast.
No.
But these are products that can actually help somebody as opposed to just give them pleasure.
Right. Which is one of the reasons that we don't have a significant markup on them.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, the 2-pack of the menstrual cups, $15. I wanted to make sure that these are accessible.
Yeah. There are certain things that you will not mark up.
Yep. For that reason.
You just sell.
Exactly. All right. That being said, I do think we need to do the menstrual products on a separate podcast in case there are people out there who are like, that episode's about period sex? I'm not listening to that.
Ew.
Ew. Because not everybody accepts my challenge to just listen and be open-minded.
I'm aware of that.
So.
You know what? Market is download it, market is played, and away we go. I'm happy, you're happy. And you don't have to listen to it.
Oh, they won't hear that because
No.
we're at the end of the episode, sweetie. But if you are listening and there is something that comes up later down the line and you still want to support us, download it, mark it as played, delete it. Fine. Not that we get paid for doing this anyway. But
I don't remember. Never mind.
what?
Nothing.
You definitely don't get paid for anything.
I was going to say, I don't remember the last time I got paid.
All right. Anything else you want to add to this topic? Oh, what did you start this episode off with?
Wings.
Wings. Do you want to educate the public on what you're referring to? You've earned your wings. I know you love to make the sloppy wet sounds.
I know it never comes out as well as it should.
Sometimes it does.
Sometimes.
So what are you referring to?
Going down.
Going down when someone has their period. Yep. So tips, thoughts? Because now here I am like, I don't have
Tips,
that
thoughts,
experience.
I don't know. If there is an old song back from the war, and I heard it on a record.
Wow, it is old.
Yeah.
Okay.
That my grandparents had.
Okay.
And the name of the song was I Wanted Wings Till I Got the GD Things.
Was this what they were referring to in that song?
No, they were referring to flying in the war, but that's what pops into my head whenever every time.
Okay.
Every time.
So it was one of those ones, in your opinion, you've just, for science.
For science.
Okay.
Let's say it's a matter of taste.
Okay. I'm going to leave that one at that. That's great. All right, sweetie. Are you ready to give us your limerick?
I'm ready to give you something.
Uh-huh.
Peace of my mind.
Yeah. We're not talking about your minds.
Could be.
So I hear tell that you're running out of limericks.
I'm always running out of limericks. I spent an hour looking for a silly little limerick tonight.
Okay, people need to send in their limericks or I will give you permission to...
Stop doing them?
No.
Oh.
To swap them out for dirty little jokes.
Fine. Musical or non-musical?
There's a musical option? Of course I'm going with the musical option.
I'm not singing it.
God
It
dang
just
it.
refers to, are we going with music or not music related? I have two to choose from.
I'll go with the musical. Like, you said the word musical.
A conductor with a face like a hatchet told a young lady cellist from Datchet, "My dear, twixt your thighs you have a great prize, an instrument noted for beauty and size, and yet you just sit there and scratch it."
What?
She's overthinking.
She's a cellist. He's talking about the cello?
Yeah.
Not her.
No.
Wow. Yep, okay.
Uh-huh.
Still
What?
an asshole.
Hey, I didn't say these limericks were any good.
I didn't say it was bad. It took me way too long because I imagined
Her sitting there scratching herself.
her crotch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, she's
Scratching the cello with the bow. I get it.
yeah.
Hot.
She's not playing to her full potential.
Oh.
Yeah.
I feel like even at the age of 35, I haven't figured out how to play my instrument to its full potential either. And I am not talking about a cello. I am definitely talking about my crotch. It has so much more potential. But anyway, are you ready to say goodnight?
Good night.
As I get the death glare, this is where I am also going to say thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions, don't forget to drop by the website, put a little message in the Contact Us option, or drop a comment here on the podcast. We'll be back next week for more unseemly shenanigans of some kind. But in the meantime, stay you, stay beautiful, feel good, be naughty. Good night.
Let's say it's a matter of taste.
Thanks again for listening to this podcast. I started Boink in 2022 with the goal to create a safe environment and culture for all genders and sexual orientations, to learn about and embrace every part of themselves and one another. We offer workshops, events, and various inclusive products, along with consultations, to make sure we take a holistic approach to enhancing individuals' sexual satisfaction with themselves or their partners. I believe that when you accept yourself and your partner on the most intimate of levels, it filters out into your daily life. The World Health Organization recognizes this, saying sexual health is fundamental to the overall health and well-being of individuals, couples, and families, and to the social and economic development of communities and countries. So as long as you'll have us, Boink will be here. Kink-affirming, gender-blurring, sex-fulfilling. And you can find any of our details at www.boink-ed.com.